Ross, are you with me?
Yes. Hey, Brooke, I'm back with you. So a large crowd of people now streaming into the terminal. They have been given the all clear, and that big crowd of passengers that I was staring at, and they were all just sort of standing around, now just stream back past me, and we still have a few more heading all the way back into the terminal. So just a large crowd of people, all with bags behind them, all descending on the terminal, and I'm sure there's going to be a big backup at the gates and all that kind of thing, and at security. But for now, at least, they are out of the hot sun and heading back into the terminal. So whatever it was, clearly authorities have determined that it's safe enough for not just the airport employees to head back in, but for all the passengers to head back in now as well.
We saw some video of folks heading back into the airport. My question is, if you were right there with the crowd that headed back into the airport, what kind of guidance did they receive from authorities? What were they saying?
They really didn't receive any. They were just told, hey, it's clear now, you can go back in. And for most of these people who want to head out to wherever they were planning to go this morning, they really didn't have too many questions. They just wanted to get back into that terminal and back on their way.
Following the orders, whatever they may be, I guess, at this point in time.
Exactly.
What a frustrating Saturday morning for all these folks. Ross Levitt, great job. Thank you.
Thank you.
We also have another person online who's heading to Chicago. But if you're just joining us, we want to keep you updated. What we've been watching since at least 6 o'clock this morning, which we heard from another passenger a short time ago, is that he was on a plane at 6 that was supposed to take off. Yeah, he was all set. They were all set to take off when they were told to evacuate that plane, and that's when the entire terminal was being evacuated because of this suspicious bag, and now a man is in custody. This is at LaGuardia Airport. So this has been going on for several hours. That main terminal there at LaGuardia had to be evacuated. Planes were not landing, were not taking off for a short time this morning, for probably a couple of hours. Now we're getting the word from our people there, from our passengers there, from our producer on the ground, that in fact people are starting to flow back into the main terminal. So maybe the situation has been resolved, but still is going to be a big mess for the rest of the day. We do have another passenger on the line with us here, though. Right.
We have Cherie on the line. Cherie was headed to Chicago this morning. And Cherie, I don't know if you are part, hopefully you are, of this massive group heading back into LaGuardia and heading toward your flight. Cherie, are you walking and talking with me this morning?
I am, ma'am. And who am I talking to, actually?
My name is Brooke.
Oh, hi, Brooke. Yeah, like everyone is slowly going back into the airport. I'm at the tail of the pile, pretty much.
And we've been asking, I think there seems to be this frustration over lack of information. What are police or what are some of the airport personnel telling you as far as what's happening?
Honestly, Brooke, I have not been told anything about what's been happening. I've been finding out from other people who've been going online and getting it from other news sources. But my story is I had a 7 a.m. flight, right? So I tried getting to the airport by 6 a.m. At around like 5:55 itself, when my taxi was about to enter into the entrance for the airport, it was already sealed off by police cars. I thought, okay, maybe there's just some construction stuff going on, so I asked the cabbie to take the next exit and backtrack into the airport. But then that entrance was also, it looked like, blocked. And so I saw a couple of people walking in. So I was like, all right, maybe the roads are just still under construction. I wasn't sure what was going on, so I just followed a bunch of people. And as I was about to enter into the Terminal C's, main departure gates, the police officer stepped out and said, nobody's allowed into the airport. You have to step outside into the curb. I asked him what's the problem. He didn't really give me an answer. He just said, just go there now. And so I've been out here ever since 6 a.m. I tried calling the New York City Police Department. They declined to give me any information. They just told me to literally sit tight and wait until anything happens. They didn't give me any reason as to why I was outside or how long this would take. I even tried calling the 311 Metropolitan Transport Agency, and yeah, so basically bottom line is nobody told me what was going on. I was out here for 2 hours and roughly 40 minutes, and now everyone's going back in. So,
well, Cherie, I bet you are not the only one who was dialing 311 and dialing the New York Police Department trying to get some answers. Perhaps all of this was simply precautionary because they have detained someone in custody because of apparently some bag that person had. We don't even know what was in the bag, if there was anything even possibly dangerous in the bag. So you were supposed to head to Chicago early this morning. What are you being told as far as your flight status now?
I am actually still I'm still outside, walking in. I still have to go inside and actually look at a monitor to see what my flight status is. But I can hopefully tell you in like another 30 seconds when I'm like actually entering the airport now, so I'll take a look at the screen and see what it says. But
so as you're entering the airport, Cherie, are people rushing in? What's the sense you get from folks wanting to get on their flights?
People are just concerned. Everyone's like mass crowd is, I think the first thing they're headed to are the booths and right up the stairs to go and check out the screen. So I'm still behind a huge mass of people right now. It's not panicking or anything. Everyone just seems concerned and a little irritated that they've been out here. Some people have apparently been out here much than I have. Other people just came in recently. I'm not even sure how the other people who are coming in were coming in, but the numbers kept piling up and up.
Sure.
And from when I was there, from like around 100 people were outside roughly. It's probably almost like 300, 400 people were outside by the time they let us in. So
that's amazing. But at least the tone, it sounds like it's not fearful. It's just frustration.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Cherie, thank you. Thank you for calling us, and safe travels whenever you are able to finally get on that flight and head on out to Chicago.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you for calling me, Brooke, and take care.
Sure.
You know what? Every passenger we've talked to this morning, amazingly, has been in pretty good spirits. And sometimes air travel is not fun, and sometimes you just know you have to deal with things. But this was something beyond just a flight delay. Every flight essentially is delayed at that airport this morning. A lot of flights were not landing at the airport as scheduled because it was essentially closed down for a time, but it sounds like at least passengers are being let back in. So that means that the situation has been taken care of, at least to the authorities' liking. Elise Miller is one of our associate producers from AC360 on the phone with us here as well. Elise, I'm not sure where you are, so you tell me where you are and what you know.
Hey, TJ. Yeah, I'm actually inside LaGuardia right now. They let me come in, but my cab driver had to drop me off probably about a mile away from the airport. I had to walk with all my stuff. But I was able to come in and actually go through security and everything, and I'm just sitting at my gate and just waiting. I mean, nobody really seems to have answers right now.
So wait, Elise, you're telling me you have made it to your gate and through security already?
I have.
That's a good
I'm
sign.
here. That's a good sign.
Now, how were you able to do that? Because we've been watching these pictures of people standing around on the streets, essentially, or just all around the airport, and it sounds like they had to get everybody back into the airport, and I assume a lot of those people had to be rescreened. So how is this working inside once you got back in there?
You know, I just walked in, and security was really quick, actually. Everything seemed somewhat normal. But, you know, really the more of the chaos is at the actual gate. People are just waiting in line, trying to figure out what's going on. So many people are delayed. A lot of people are just sitting on top of the baggage claim areas trying to say, when is our bag going to come in, that kind of thing. So it's been nuts. You know, the news follows me wherever I go, TJ.
Oh, Elise. And tell me as well, where were you trying to go? Where are you headed, I guess? And is your flight on time? What do you know about your flight?
I'm headed to D.C., actually, so it's going to be a quick flight. But, you know, at this point, I don't know. It says on my, you know, at the terminal, it says it's on time, but we all know that's probably going to change. So I'm sorry if it's loud. I'm hearing some stuff over the intercom right now.
Are they making any announcements to the passengers about what's happening there? Have you heard anything official?
Honestly, I haven't heard anything official, and I've asked probably 5 people just because I wanted to know what's going on and trying to see when everything was going to be back to normal, when flights would start taking off again, and when planes would come back in to the airport. But nobody seems to have any answers right now.
Well, Elise, it's just to D.C. You know you should have taken the train, all right?
I know.
You should have taken the train.
I'll tell you what, though, the flight was cheaper than the train.
Yeah. What do you think about that now, huh? All right, Elise, one of our friends here and one of our associate producers of AC360. Elise, good luck getting to where you're going, but thank you for checking in with us here, all right?
So can we talk to Reynolds? Let's talk to Reynolds Wolf. Reynolds, are you tracking some of these delays?
Absolutely. And you know,
let's
let's also share with the rest of America. I mean, for us, I mean, there are a lot of people in the Eastern Seaboard that really know why this is such a big deal. But if you're tuning in from Dallas or maybe out in L.A. or maybe in Denver, you're wondering, what's the big deal about LaGuardia? Trust me, LaGuardia is a tremendous deal. Take a look at this that we have. This is our Flight Explorer. You'll see 3 of the big major airports you have in the New York area. And if you're flying into New York, you're going to go one of 3 spots. You're either going to go to JFK, you're going over to Newark, over in New Jersey, or you're going to go to LaGuardia. At this time in the morning, you would see a lot of activity at all these airports. There's some planes about to land and actually taking off of JFK. Same deal over at Newark. But it is a standstill at this time at LaGuardia. It is a very popular airport because it's the easiest way to get into downtown Manhattan. I mean, just a quick drive across, say, the East River, and you're in good shape. But, I mean, this morning, as Elise has been telling you, it has just been a standstill. What's interesting, what we're seeing right now from the FAA is only one big delay. That big delay, of course, LaGuardia. They need to update the ground stoppage. Obviously, 8:45 is the last release they gave us, but 8:50 was when this is updated. So again, we're going to be seeing this delay. What's interesting, this is going to springboard to more delays coast to coast. So this is just one small cog in a huge wheel that's going to cause a lot of delays, a lot of issues, a lot of frustration for many people. We're going to have more coming up next hour. You're watching CNN Saturday Morning. Be patient.